Hello, everybody out there on this nice tropical Wednesday afternoon. And we're already, we're pretty much in the middle of August from the time that I'm making this video. And so I've been sorting things out. And again, we say we're going to move and something else comes up and it's frustrating. It's like, God, not another setback. But in the meantime, I do have my positive activities and hobbies, and I love vlogging because it's a way to, let myself out, express myself, like kind of like an open diary in a way. And again, everybody's welcome. Bullies and bigots and stupid people, off with you. Block, delete. And so the topic at hand is my flags from the Sino diaspora, or the, I would say, the greater Chinese sphere of Asia. And so I'm basically going to focus on China and also its special administrative regions and what they regard as the breakaway dissident rogue province of Taiwan. That's their opinion. It's not mine. And really, China regards Taiwan as a rogue province, and they're always threatening to make a move on them militarily and do a lot of saber rattling and such. Hopefully that doesn't happen, at least not anytime soon, because I really do want to go to that part of the world. That would suck if I'm in Taipei, Taiwan, and then there's a full frontal assault. That would suck. And I don't want to be a captive of the Red Chinese. That would, I'm not John Rambo or John Wick. It wouldn't be good for me. So, but that aside, here is from the Chinese world and the outer Chinese world. This was formerly territory or colony of Portugal until 1999, before it was ceded back to mainland China, or the People's Republic of China. This is Macau. Nice design. Is that a lotus flower? So any of my Asian friends or, people of Chinese heritage or what have you, if you want to correct me on anything I say, and at least, tell me more of the significance of that, even though I can look it up on Google. And here it is. This is Macau, and a lot of Portuguese influence. I can take a day trip from Hong Kong. I've been researching. Yes, I'm a travel addict when time and money can provide such a thing. But one of my dream trips to Hong Kong, I wanted to take a day tour or an overnight or so to Macau. Culturally, a lot of heavy Portuguese influence, especially in the church, the architecture, and they have a subset of Portuguese Chinese. They're their own little group, and that's all I got to say. And a lot of their industry, going way back, has been a resort island, a gambling island, a casino island, like the Eastern Asian Pacific version of Reno or Monte Carlo. But I still got a lot to learn, I admit. But just to experience that environment, and I've heard they have some awesome bakeries and cafes with Portuguese style coffee and pastries. It's like when I was in South Africa, I found a nice Portuguese bakery that they made coffee in a nice little roll with some meat and cheese, and I like that because I was brought up quasi-European, believe it or not. And this is a historic flag. This is no longer relevant or current, but this, up until 1997, and when Great Britain ceded Hong Kong to mainland China, this is the expeditionary colonial flag of Great Britain. And like other flags I have, from Canada and and other faraway territories of Great Britain. The Union Jack is in the corner on a blue or red field. And then they had the crest of that particular overseas jurisdiction. Hong Kong. Yeah, if you speak Chinese, it's Hong Kong, Hong Kong. Not like the droned out American accent. Hong Kong, Hong Kong. We don't say Kung Fu, we say Kung Fu, Kung Fu. And in case you're wondering, no, I don't know how to speak any Chinese. No Hakka, no Cantonese, no Mandarin. But I can recognize simple words here and there. But it's a lot more of a chore to try learning than, Japanese and Korean. They don't have those pitches and tonal differences that totally change the meaning, like Chinese. And there's a lot of similarities between Japanese and Korean culture, in my opinion, but a lot of them don't like hearing that. But, Japanese sit on the floor, Koreans sit on the floor. Japanese sleep on the floor, Koreans sleep on the floor. But I'll wipe that out of the way. And this is the current flag of now the Special Administrative Region of Hong Kong. Here's Hong Kong. Hong Kong, Hong Kong. And so what I do in Hong Kong, they border. One of my dream trips is, besides going to Macau and walking around Hong Kong, and I used to watch Kung Fu movies like it was my job. So, I got some books about Hong Kong cinema. I could talk all day about it, but that's not the relevant topic. But again, just to experience the culture, even though I don't like crowds, in East Asia, especially urban areas, you can't avoid that. I learned that in Japan. Yeah, it really helped my agoraphobia a lot, because like sink or swim, face it, get out. Like the capsule hotels, you got to be out before 11:30. Go out, do something, go to work. But to me, that's kind of like reminds me of Judge Dredd, the mega blocks. And these, and even the buildings are like little towns in themselves. So that would be a real culture shock. But I always wanted to ride the cable car, take a look at the bay, or Kowloon Bay and what have you. And then I know it's not going to be like those silly ass movies I watched, as a kid growing up. There's the movie world and there's the real world. Yes, I was a big Jackie Chan fan. Okay, but if I wanted to go to mainland China, which on the other side would be Shenzhen, which is also like a big economic zone in factory zone. I actually have to clear customs, even though it's federally under mainland China now. I still have to go through customs to get on the train to Shenzhen, but that would be a fun way to, go to mainland China or the People's Republic. And I just want to visit China. I don't want to move there. I don't like totalitarianism. At least, I can tolerate it for a certain amount of time, but then it's like, I got to get out of here. I want to go home. The internet sucks. I can't even get on my Facebook. And Chinese TikTok, even though it started in China, Chinese TikTok is way different than what we got in the West. It's like, they're trying to dumb us down. I don't want to see kitty cats jumping on the refrigerator or, dumb shit like teenage girls dancing. I want something where I learn something. This is the flag of Taiwan, which mainland China regards as a dissident province. They're a rogue province. They're always threatening, again, they're going to invade Taiwan, and they're going to yank them back in the fold under the benevolence of the chairman whatsoever is in charge, like Xi Jinping. And this was originally the nationalist Chinese flag. And actually, they have a very good relation with Japan, and good exchanges. And Japanese generally have a positive attitude towards Taiwan people when they visit. As for mainland Chinese, no. But up until the 1970s, they were recognized as the legitimate government of China before Nixon came over to, Chairman Mao in the 70s and opened things up. So here is Taiwan. And again, that was originally the nationalist Chinese flag, so which is illegal to fly in the People's Republic of China. And this is the big mainland China, the big Commie China with capitalist tendencies. Make your money, do good business, and don't criticize the government. And the stars in a red field. So what else can I say about China besides that I got a skewed image of China watching kung fu movies growing up, but I like hearing the language, I love the culture, lots of great landscape. Like I said, if I was Batman rich, I'd go all over Asia, ride their high speed rail. But I've heard that Chinese travelers and tourists have less than pleasant manners abroad, and I'm going to spare you the details, but doing some horrible things and not being tidy and trashing places when they go abroad. But I don't want to say all Chinese are like that. I don't want to promote any kind of prejudice or ethnic bias. But like I said, I'm not really in a hurry to go to China, but if an opportunity opened up, I probably would jump on that train, just to experience a different part of the world. I just won't criticize the government. I won't say anything bad about Xi Jinping. But one of my options, like I'm still speculating my return to Asia. What I was thinking of, just go through Scandinavia, fly to Korea and Japan, and for really cheap, I can fly China Air to because I wanted to swing back to the Netherlands and go home from there, because U.S. Customs is retarded, and I don't even want to go there for a layover. So just go back to a part of Europe that I'm familiar with, and kind of like going back home before I actually go back home. But the route is from Tokyo. I have to spend the night in China. But it's the cheapest route, and then the rest of the way to Lieve Nederland. And I'll probably go back to Panama via Spain. But again, this is just dream traveling. So any my Chinese friends or anyone of Chinese heritage, or Asian Americans, want to school me something, yeah, I'm not too proud for correction. And I'd be the first to admit I don't know everything about China. I'll tell you another story about China later. Okay, over and out.